it's Keri, and I'm here with the HyperFast Podcast. I'm so excited to have Sunshine Wilhite with us, and she is amazing at converting online leads. Yes. So I actually asked her here today to help us understand how agents everywhere can increase their conversion with online leads, especially Ylopo. That's something that our team has been doing, your team has been doing, and you are really killing it. So tell us a little bit about how you're doing it, what you're seeing, what you've learned that's really increased your ability to convert.
Okay, so with Ylopo leads, those are coming from Facebook. And if you are generating Facebook leads, you know that typically they are not ready to buy right this second. They're a little bit further out in the cycle. Yep. And so if you pick up the phone and you call them and you say, "Hi, Keri, this is Sunshine with Keller Williams. I was just reaching out because you were on my website looking at 123 Main Street. When can I set up a time for you to see that?" You're going to be terrified. You're going to be like, this girl is crazy. She's coming in hot. I'm not ready. And so instantly your defenses are going to go up and you're going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I just wanted to see the kitchen because it has pretty granite or, whatever. And a lot of times people are going to get that first objection and they're never going to call again. They're going to be like, Keri's not ready. She's like 6 months out. She's never going to buy a house. And really and truly, your dream house is going to pop up tomorrow and you're going to buy it from somebody else.
Yeah.
And so Ylopo leads and Facebook leads and really internet leads in general are about the long game. So if you're not willing to play the long game and you're not willing to set up the systems and processes to play the long game, you're not going to be successful.
Okay.
And to drill down even a little bit further from that, with Ylopo, it's all about testing the areas.
Okay.
So what is a popular city that people want to buy in where you are?
Arlington.
Okay. So obviously DC Metro is different price point than Metro Detroit, which is where I am.
Right.
So in Arlington, what is a starter home cost?
$550, $600.
Okay. So is there an area just outside of Arlington where you can get a 550 type house for just a little bit cheaper?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That's where you want to run your Ylopo ads.
Okay.
Not Arlington, because if they're looking in Arlington, they really want to be in Arlington, but they would buy where?
Falls Church.
Right. So Falls Church is probably going to give you a better ROI than Arlington. I don't really know the science behind that. I just know that through very technical A&B testing that I have done in the Metro Detroit area, I know that if people are looking to buy in Plymouth, they're probably also looking in Canton. I know that if people are looking to buy in Southfield, they're probably also looking to buy in Redford or Westland. And for whatever reason, some of those cities convert better than others. And so the trick is to really look at where the leads are coming from and turn off things that aren't working.
Sure.
I think sometimes we spend a lot of time curating this beautifully perfect Facebook ad, and we're going to run it for 9 days at $73 a day or whatever we come up with. And on day 3, we're like, I haven't gotten a single lead from this, but I'm just going to let it play out.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to turn it off and say, that one's not working.
I worked so hard on that ad and I have an ego associated with its success.
Right. Do you know how long I decided if I was going to use the BAM or the fire emoji? I mean, it was a process, right? So you have to just, rip the Band-Aid off, turn it off. I look at our ad spend once a week and I adjust where we're spending money.
Okay.
There was one city when we first started with Ylopo that we freaking killed it in. We were getting so many leads. I was loving it and they were like $3 each and I was so pumped.
Oh my gosh.
I sent an email this morning and I said, "Hey, the last lead I got from X city was $35. What's going on?" Because I can't pay $35 a lead.
No.
Like that's not a thing. So that's kind of how to get them in there. And then once you have them, what do you say to them?
Right. So if you're focused on the long game and you don't want to scare them, how do you approach that?
So you want to find out about their time frame. And the easiest way to ease into that is to find out about additional areas that they're looking in. Hi, Keri, this is Sunshine from Keller Williams. You reached out to us via our website and you were looking at homes in Livonia. Is Livonia the only area that you're interested in?
Okay.
Well, no, I'm also interested in X, Y, and Z. Okay, perfect. Are you looking to purchase in the next, are you just getting started in the process? Is something that I ask. And that will kind of lead you down the path of what their time frame is.
Okay.
If they say, nope, we've been looking.
That's a really soft way to do it. Because if you're saying, are you just getting started and they've been at it for a while, they're going to open up.
Right. They're going to tell you.
But if they are just getting started, they're not going to feel like you're forcing them to buy something and pushing their time frame and being pushy. So I love that.
Exactly. And if they say, I'm just getting started in the process, then you know you're not trying to set an appointment for a showing. You're trying to set a buyer consultation.
Okay.
And if they tell you, oh, we've been looking for 6 months, or even better, if they say, we've been looking for 6 months and we were working with an agent, but we could never get her to call us back. Now you know, they've just told you, we're looking, we're serious, we are going into houses, and somebody just let us down and dropped the ball, so you have already got one strike against you.
Yeah.
When they come in the door.
Right. And because they don't trust you.
Right, because realtors don't answer their phone, they're too busy, and we make so much money, and whatever the public thinks.
Right.
And so that will lead you down the path of how to continue to follow up. So if they're just getting started in the process, I'll ask them, hey, have you already spoken to a lender to find out what amount that you could be approved for? Do you have a friend or family in the business? If they say no, I almost always drop it right then. Because if you start coming in hot, wanting them to talk to a lender, you want them to give all this personal information, again, these people are months out in the process. That's not going to work. And so I just kind of drop it and I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. We need to narrow down your criteria, the areas that you're looking in first. Okay. And these are things that I've learned. They may not be what you've heard before or what the book says to do or anything like that. But those same people that will tell you, nope, they need to get pre-approved on day one are also the ones that'll say Facebook leads don't work.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
And the thing is they're just a different type of lead. They're a different type of opportunity.
You're focused on building the relationship on the phone, which I'll be honest, for my team, I've always trained them, like, don't build the relationship on the phone because I've wanted them to focus on getting in front of the lead. But if we're talking about a timetable that's really further out and that's harder to accomplish, and one of the things that we found with Ylopo leads, we're successfully converting them, but our conversion, the no-show rate on the appointments is higher. And here's what I think is happening. We have a really talented ISA team. So they're engaging them in the conversation. They're getting their commitment for the appointment. And then the people are like, yeah, I don't really want to do this for 6 months. I don't want to do it for 8 months. And so they're no-showing because they're realizing this isn't a priority in my time right now.
Right.
So maybe it's something where we do need to try a really different approach and see if that changes the outcome of our conversation. So once you've found out, okay, they would also consider these other markets, then how are you leaving the conversation and how are you staying in touch?
So I say to them, okay, perfect. Here's what I'm going to do, Keri. You've told me that you're looking for 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, definitely have to have a basement and a garage, and you're looking in X, Y, and Z city. I'm going to pull together a list of like 10, 15 properties that catch my eye that I think you're going to like, and I'm going to shoot them over to you. And I just want you to respond to that email or shoot me a quick text back and give me some feedback so that I can make sure I'm sending you the best listings every day so that you can keep your finger on the pulse of the market. Will you do that for me?
Okay, so you're getting a firm commitment. Yes.
And so within Ylopo, if you're using Ylopo, you can send push listings. If you're not using Ylopo, you can just send them from your MLS or whatever website that you're using. But then I send them push listings. And the email literally says, I handpicked these listings for you. So in addition to sending those push listings via email, because P.S., people don't open their emails, you text it. Hey, Keri, this is Sunshine. This is the list of homes that I handpicked for you. Make sure you give me that feedback. Send the text, send the push listings. I can't tell you how many times I'm sitting there doing that, and within seconds, I get the notification that they've re-hit the website.
Awesome.
And the secret sauce with Ylopo is that the more they hit your website, the more they're remarketed on social media, and even during their search, they're going to be doing it on your website. Even if they ghost you, even if they stop responding to you, they're still seeing your face, your website, these dynamic homes that are changing for them every day with your branding on it.
Right.
And so then we just kind of watch what they're doing. So we have a lot of tools within Ylopo. We have a lot of the AI tools. We have Agent Legend. We have all of this leverage And we have Conversion Monster, which is my equivalent of your ISA team. And so is your ISA team, are they watching the priority alerts and reaching out to those priority alerts?
That's something I have to check. I believe they are.
Okay.
But I know this. We've gone from getting about 115 leads a week to getting about 690. So we're desperately needing more ISAs. So that might be something that they're not doing as consistently as they should be, and that would help.
Absolutely. So when you get, and that's something that you could leverage to a service like Agent Legend while you're scaling your ISAs to make sure that there aren't those missed opportunities. I don't know, we can find out if there's like a Zapier for that, or if there's like an if this, then that. Like if this priority alert comes in, then trigger this Agent Legend campaign, or there has to be something like that out there.
Well, and for us in Infusionsoft, it would be easy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So when that priority alert comes in, when somebody hits a house more than 3 times, or when somebody comes back from your remarketing, or when someone comes back after a month of being silent, you want something to trigger to them. Not anything creepy like, hey, Keri, I noticed you just came back to my website after 36 days. Thanks, girl. You still looking? That's not good.
That would be a little too much, maybe.
Even for me as a 150i, that would be a lot. But just reach out, hey, Keri, this is Sunshine with Keller Williams. Hey, I was just curious. Have you purchased a home, or are you still in the market?
Because you already know they're still in the market.
Right. I know you're still in the market. You're on my website. And you can also come up with some sort of nudge offer. I have a lender partner right now that has a 0 down, no PMI, minimum 600 credit score program. For our first-time home buyers, that is huge. And so if you reach out to somebody and you say, hey, do you want to buy a house with no money?
Yeah.
Yes, sold. And that will get them engaged and talking, and then you can find out, do they have a credit challenge that they think is holding them back? Well, my lender can do FHA down to 580. A lot of people think that you have to have a 700 credit score. Right. They think that you have to have a 20% down payment. They think all of these things about the home buying process. And if we don't educate them, they're never going to find out.
Right.
And so it's just the ability to get in front of them to start that conversation. And you just have to come at it from different ways, because if you're just sending them listing alerts, then cool. I'm sure 5 other people that they hit up on Zillow are sending them listing alerts as well.
They're not
you have to
getting
give them
the same value. Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Great minds think alike.
I like it.
So, wow, this has been really, really helpful. So then if a lot of your systems are automated, you have your Conversion Monster team that is kind of calling. When do you pick up the phone and call them yourself and try and book the appointment?
So when Conversion Monster is doing a lot of that initial follow-up, reaching out to them, they do like 2 calls, a text and an email on day 1, and it kind of trickles down from there. And then, there's drip campaigns in the CRM and all of these different things. So they're getting a lot of touches when they engage. So if they request a showing on the website, or if they, I just pull up and see the last time somebody was on the website, and I'll just start calling from the top of that list. If you're on my website 5 minutes ago, you're obviously interested.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's really just the luck of the draw. Conversion Monster can call them 20 times, and it's 20 bad times. And that 21st time, when it's me picking up the phone, I get them. And it's just, dumb luck. That is part of my 9 to 12 everyday lead gen. I am calling some of those buyer opportunities. Some of them are the ones that Conversion Monster has qualified. Some of them are just areas that I really like to work in.
Yeah.
So I just tag,
sort by that area and
sort
you go
by that
for it.
And start at the top. And these are, a lot of times people are scared to cold call, or they don't like to cold call, or and my response to that, because 6 months ago I didn't like to cold call, but I do like to make money. So
and
if you want to make money, pick up the phone.
So.
But these are hand raisers. These people reached out to you. They clicked on your ad. Their information was in it, and they clicked submit. They know you have their phone number. They know you have their email address. Like, this is not a surprise. You didn't pick them out of a hat and call them at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning because their listing expired yesterday. That's not what's happening. These are warm calls. These people need help. And if they don't need help, they say they don't need help, and call them again in a couple weeks.
They might change their mind by a few weeks.
They may need help in 2 weeks.
We were talking earlier, and someone said, yes, they did tell me to screw off once, but they didn't say screw off and never call me again. So I did, and then I booked the appointment.
For $1.3 million, I believe is where that story was going.
Totally.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll let you tell me to F off, and then I'll call you again a couple of times for $1.3 million.
Totally.
Or 300,000, let's be real.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So if you were to give one piece of advice to people out there who have struggled with internet leads and converting them, what would it be?
Pick up the phone. So I would say 75% of our conversions happen during a phone call. And I know that it's comfier to text. I know that it's comfier to email. I know people like to say that they don't like to get phone calls, but guess what? If you needed something and someone called you and said, hey, let me help you with that, would you be more open to that?
100%.
Sure, if I call you right now and it's a cold call for something that you don't want, maybe you're not receptive to that. But if you're in the market for a new microphone for your podcast and somebody calls you and they say, hi, Keri, this is Sunshine with the greatest microphones on earth. And I noticed that you were searching for microphones. Let me tell you about ours. It's pink and it comes bedazzled out of the box. And you say, well, here's my American Express number. Send me 5.
Yeah.
And so that's when you want to get in front of them. And you can watch their behaviors on your website and things like that. We have, so many behavioral indicators and things like that built into our websites now. Even I have a little Playster website that's free through Keller Williams, and it tells me when people are on it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the most basic, like $10 a month website that you can have. So you don't have to be spending thousands and thousands to watch these behavioral indicators and know when these people are raising their hands saying, Keri, come help me.
What's funny, that this just like really, really came into clarity for me based on what you said. I recently, clearly I'm pregnant with number 3. I recently was in the market for a minivan, which I thought would never happen in my wildest dreams.
That hurts
my
feelings.
What I noticed is that I actually wanted to just buy it and be done. And I'm the kind of person, I'm a really high D. If you haven't guessed that from watching this podcast, then we need to do some work on the disc profiling. But I'm a very high D. I don't like to waste my time. I will pay what I need to pay to get great service and be done. Mm-hmm. And what happened is that repeatedly, people were not calling me back. They were not following up. I actually went to a dealership with my children. This is crazy. Mm-hmm. And the salesperson, I'm like, okay, how long will it take for me to buy it? And he's like, well, there's a line, so it'll probably be 4 hours. And I'm like, but it's my children's nap time. Like, what do you expect me to do? And he literally said to me, well, I care about my children, and so I wouldn't bring my children car shopping. That's what he said to me. I'm like, okay, even though I want to buy the car, I will not buy the car from you. Like, absolutely not. So he didn't even follow up with me the next day when I had to leave for my kids' nap time. He never called me again. He still has never called me. I bought a minivan from someone else, the exact same minivan that he wanted to sell me. I called another dealership and spent extra time to avoid buying from him. Yep. So here's the key, guys. What Sunshine just said is brilliant. Yeah, some people may not want to talk to you. Who cares? Because the person who needs your help right then is going to value you calling so much, and they're going to want to do business with you, and they're going to be so grateful that you caught them. That could be the same guy that told you to F off a week ago that wasn't ready. And then he finds a house, and suddenly when you call, he can't wait to meet you. Right. So just make sure that you're the right person that's on the phone at the right time, which means you have to have consistency and you have to keep following up.
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
My
team is going to watch this podcast as a group so that we start converting our Ylopo leads at a higher level. So thank you.
DC is actually on my dream board for a trip this year. So I'll just come hang out with you guys and we'll talk about it in person.
For sure. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for being here today. Give us a thumbs up if you got some value out of this and subscribe below. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you liked it. Give it a quick like below and comment and share. We'd love your feedback. For more videos like this, click here. And to subscribe, click here.